Hi everyone, this is Adrien, the exercise specialist at the Leduc Beaumont Devon Primary Care Network. I hope you all are doing well today. Today I thought I would put you guys through a video of progressive exercises to work on your balance from a dynamic standpoint. So I have posted a video previously of stationary type of balance movements where you're standing in a certain position and you're moving to work on your stationary balance. Now I thought I would put you guys through some exercises to work on your balance from a dynamic standpoint. So moving, catching yourself, things like that, which is oftentimes can be more relevant in the real world. As a lot of times when falls and things occur is when things like you trip or you step something or you slip and you have to dynamically catch yourself. So oftentimes things like this can be a little more helpful. So I will put you through 7 total different movements today. The 7 movements, each one has difficulty progressions actually built into them. So we'll start at the most basic component, and then we'll move harder and harder and harder, and then we'll go to the second one, the most basic version, so on and so forth, and then we will eventually go to the hardest one, and same principle, and then we'll keep progressing like that. So if you're able to do, step 1 of one of these, fantastic, and if moving to the more difficult version isn't okay with you and you're not able to do it, that's okay. You do not have to go that far. If you're able to go through all of them, awesome. So these will be 7 basic movements that are dynamic in nature, and each one has harder variations, which I will show today. Each of these, oftentimes, it's good to try and work on them for 10 to 15 seconds each. If you want to do it for longer, absolutely. As I've said, as previously, when you're working on your balance, or if you have issues with your balance, please have someone there to assist you with these movements. Please have someone there who can support you if you are at risk of falls. Because the last thing that you want is to actually have a fall while you're working on your balance. Because the whole goal of that is to prevent future falls. Something like a wall or a chair or something like that nearby is also helpful, but nothing will replace having a person there as well to help you. So, as per usual, if you are new to physical activity, if you are returning to physical activity from a long layoff, or if you have a medical condition that might make doing physical activity difficult, please consult with a physician prior to beginning any new physical activity regimen. Also, none of these exercises in specific should be used to treat any medical conditions like vertigo, Meniere's, any other kind of balance related condition. These are simply exercises to help you work on your balance from a dynamic standpoint, and unless prescribed to you by an exercise professional, these exercises should not be used in that way unless otherwise actually prescribed. So we will start with the first of 7 exercises. The first is we will start just a basic standing position with your feet kind of in a regular stance. And so this is obviously a pretty static position. And then to make it dynamic, what we're going to do is we're going to start slow, consistent movements, just like this. We're just going straight up and straight down in the same spot. If you want to make this a little bit harder, you can bring your feet out in front of you. So from the side, I'm going like this. So you're almost doing like light kicks. You do the same thing going backwards each step. Little light kicks. Just work on you also go sideways a little bit. Just to work on getting those legs out a little bit. And the final one would be, if you can bounce on your feet a little bit, almost like you're doing a light run in place. So that'd be exercise 1, easy ways to progress that they're shown. So the next one is doing some standing marching. So to do a standing marching, this does actually involve some ipsilateral balance as well as the dynamic components of balance. So ipsilateral means single-sided. So pretty much marching involves raising up your one leg and your opposite arm. So right leg, left arm, left leg, right arm. So we're doing marching here. If you're only able to march down here, and you're only able to get your feet up a little bit, absolutely fine. Higher you are able to go, the more difficult that it is. And obviously, once you're able to start really, going like that, you could then try increasing your speed as much as you feel comfortable. Once again, if you're only down here, This is still fantastic. It's better than doing nothing right here. You can increase your speed to get it more dynamic. All right, so those are the first two movements. The third one is a stomp, or as I like to call it, and others also do, is a bug stomp. So this is a very functional movement that we like to teach people, because oftentimes when you have a slip or about to fall or you have a trip, is you put a foot out to catch yourself, right? You're walking, trip, boom, and you catch yourself with your foot. So it's very similar to stomping a bug. So how we start with this one is we alternate by taking each leg, and we go step forward, step sideways, and step behind. Forward, sideways, and behind. So we will take our left leg first. We go forward step, sideways step, and a backward step. And then we right leg, forward step, sideways step, backward step. And depending on how you want to do it, you can do small steps, you can do big steps. It's whatever you're comfortable doing. That's another way to help progress this movement. Once we're comfortable with that, then we try stomping a bit harder to make it a little more realistic. So you'll stomp, and back, stomp, and back, stomp, and back. Stomp, and back, stomp, and back, stomp, and back. And eventually you can try, if you feel comfortable, you can progress to full speed. So stomp, 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 stomp. Like you're stomping at a bug, right? And like I've said, it's very similar when you trip, boom, you want to catch yourself. Boom, catch yourself. It's another fantastic movement for your balance there. So exercise number 4 is what is called tandem walking. So similar to the exercise that I showed in my last balance video, where you're standing with your legs in tandem, so your legs directly in front of each other, kind of like this. That's called being in tandem. So a tandem walk is almost like you're walking on a tightrope. Your feet go directly out in front of each other. So I'll show you from the side. Boom, 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 and backwards, boom, boom. And if you're only comfortable going forwards, totally fine. If you can go forward and backwards, fantastic. But it's a great progression from just standing here to then adding in steps. To make it more difficult, you move on from tandem walking to what's called braided walking. So for the braided walking, what you do is you start with your feet side by side, and you step, you cross your foot over to the other side. You step, cross your foot over to the other side. Step, cross your foot over to the other side. Step, other side. Step, other side. And the same thing backwards. Step, step. So it's called braiding because it's like you're braiding hair. And step. Same thing. Step, 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 step. So you see, my feet are crossing each other every time. Step, step, step. So that's a nice progression from the tandem walking. So next we'll move on to some lateral balance movements for exercise 5. So for exercise 5, we're going to start off with lateral stepping. So you're going to be standing up shoulders apart, and you're going to step to side and together and back. If you're only able to go out like this, totally fine. If you can go out really far, fantastic, even better. But going like this is just a great way to work on your lateral balance. Moving on from there, now we're going to go to what's called a crossover or a braided lateral step. So you're going to cross and then back. Leg goes in front, cross, and back. Leg goes in front, cross, and back. Front, cross, and back. You can go behind too. Back, and back. Forward, boom, forward, boom. So that is the next step. The third step, actually, I'm going to grab an implement here. Grab an old plate here. So now I have a bit of a step here, a little bit of an elevation. So now what we actually have here is we're going to step onto the obstacle, and then we'll step over the obstacle. So for this one, it's going to be up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And just do this as fast as you feel comfortable doing, and you can have the implement on the ground be as high as you want. These plates are only 1.5 inches tall, so this isn't that high. If you feel comfortable going up higher, fantastic. And just keep speed that you'll comfortable with. And down, up, and down. So once you have moved beyond that one, move this out of the way for a sec here. This is heavy. Oh, okay, so that's out of the way now. So the next step is going to be some bounding side to side. So if you're really happy with your balance and your balance is progressing, one of the more difficult stages for lateral balance is going to be doing some bounding side to side. So for that, you're going to get up onto one leg, and you're going to jump to your other side and catch yourself. Jump to the other side and catch yourself. If you jump and you can't hold your balance and your foot goes down, absolutely fine. You can go jump and down, 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 jump and down. The final progression obviously would be to jump, land on one leg and then hold it, jump, land on one leg and hold it, jump, land on one leg and hold it, so on and so forth. If you're only able to go right here, side to side, that's fantastic too. Obviously, the further you can go, the more difficult it is. All I'm really concerned with is you're going sideways. So if it's just here, that's fantastic. Once again, you could do this for as long as you want to, but a good 15 to 30 seconds of exercise like this is pretty fantastic. So, moving on from there to exercise 6, we're going to reintroduce our implement here, our barbell plate here. And now we're going to do some stepping up and stepping down onto an object. So for this one, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over different angles of stepping up onto things. So first, you can step forwards onto something. So it's up and down. Other leg up and down. It's very important to alternate legs. Up and down. Alternate your starting leg. So I'm going left leg first, then right leg first. And once you're okay with that, similar to as we were doing with the last one, then up sideways and down, sideways and down. You can switch sides and down, sideways and down. And the final one, obviously, is the stepping backwards or forwards off something, right? So you can come up, step down off the front, and then back. Down off the front and back. Same thing, you go backwards and up. Backwards and up. This often resembles things like, walking up a curb, going into a room that has elevated floors or carpets, or even small steps on stairs, which are often places where people trip. Carpets, curbs, carpets, curbs, stairs, small dogs are often places that people trip because they're not used to bringing those legs up high enough to step on things, and then to secure, balance, and to move. So those are those. The final exercise that I thought I would show today from a basic dynamic standpoint actually also involves implement here, and it is toe taps on an elevated surface. So for this, what we're going to do is you're going to take one leg, you're going to tap it on your elevated surface, and then you're going to bring it down, and then you're going to alternate. So you're just tapping the toe on the surface. I'll show you guys from the side here. It's tap and down, tap and down, tap and down, tap and down. Obviously, the higher the surface, the more difficult it is, right? Because you can go as high as you want. This is something where when you get more comfortable, you can increase the speed of it too. You're going tap, 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 tap. Show you guys from the back here again. It's tap, 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 tap. What this is really doing is helping to work on the speed and the reaction time of your hips and your legs and your feet. Very similar to when you have a little bit of a trip and you got to catch yourself. Being light on your feet, working on those toe taps are helpful. If you can only go slow, you got to go like this. Or if you're slow, it's tap back, that's fantastic too. All we want to make sure is you're able to raise that one leg up, tap it down, bring it back, raise the one leg up, tap it down, bring it back. And then the faster you can go, the better. So everyone, those are the 7 exercises I thought I would show you today with the progressions all built in. If you are only able to do certain parts of them and then progressing becomes too difficult, that's absolutely fine. It gives you a goal to try and build towards. You by no means have to do these 7 exercises in this particular order or anything like that, or even all together. These are just 7 examples of exercises that you could do. So something to think about. And once again, if you're going to work on your balance, please have someone there to support you, to help prevent potential falls. Also, something like a wall or a chair available to you to help support yourself as well. We notice that people that have multiple sports, like a person and a surface to help them with their exercise, are at far lower risk of falls. So keep that in mind. And I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. If you have any questions, feel free to post them down below. As usual, my name is Adrien. I'm the exercise specialist at the Leduc Beaumont Devon Primary Care Network. Thank you so much, and have a great day.